supervisor that works the forest.
That's not who I want to see.
Right.
I want to see the doctor.
Right. Oh, the doctor's not here.
Oh,
Yeah, he's not here right now.
he's on call 24 hours a day.
He is on call, that is true.
Well, I thought he is here during the day. I don't know his hours.
Yeah, he's already left for the day.
But we've got a sick man down here with pneumonia that has not seen a doctor. Where the hell is he?
Okay. Well, no, you're the one I spoke with yesterday, is that correct? At the desk
The
with,
appointment with Dr. DeMay, the pulmonologist.
right.
That was when he was on pre-release oxygen, he has on inhibitors.
Okay.
That concerns me.
Mhm.
I know it concerns you.
Instead of changing rooms, get ready with his discharge papers. I'm gonna take him to somebody that cares, and somebody that knows what they're doing. You let him last night. He was in such a bad shape that they were thinking about taking him to the hospital because his heart was having trouble, but nobody did anything. I don't trust you people with him. I am sick of it.
What kind of heart trouble was he having last night?
Why don't you read his report and find out?
Did someone
Don't you
call
have a
him?
report in there?
No,
Whose
didn't
report?
find about it till
Jim's
this morning.
report. They called him last night and he like to choke to death because he didn't have any oxygen, and they talked over it about sending him to the hospital till they could get it straightened out because his heart wasn't doing right. Why isn't that on the report?
Well, Joe told me when I went up to see him, my father had an episode. I don't know what, but you all were not called or told?
No, he mentioned it this morning. I was on my way out the door to come over here, so I don't know what he said. He was talking to Mom.
Well, I mean, to go from 3 to 8 liters of oxygen to keep his saturation levels, that must mean
Probably
something's going on.
indicates something.
Okay.
And at least get a doctor in here to where, I don't say that you're not there, but I doubt if you even knew it.
If, I've not been at his bedside, so I don't know everything that's occurred, because I'm a supervisor. Okay, so I'm just kind of coming in and getting all the information to try to figure out what exactly is going on. If what you're telling me is there's been an acute change in his respiratory status, correct?
Right.
And even some heart problems overnight.
Right.
If he's having this kind of difficulty as what you're telling me, then maybe we need to, instead of discussing this here, maybe I need to call the physician and get him sent out to the hospital.
We asked to see the physician, but he has not seen the physician since he has been there. The only doctor that's been there has come to cut his toenails.
Well, but I have notes here from our physician that he
He
has
has
seen him.
not stood over Jim. He has not laid eyes on him. He couldn't pick him out in a crowd. He may have made his little notes, but he has not cared for my husband.
Did they say the doctor didn't come in today?
I didn't
first
ask him about
time,
today,
okay.
but I know up till today, if he's been there, I certainly haven't heard of it.
We have been with Jim every day he has been in this hospital. We also know he's had one shower since he's been here. We knew who cleaned his teeth. We know who grooms him. We know who takes care of him, and it's not this institution.
Okay, well, it's obviously a big issue that he's not had a shower. What I'm most concerned with right now is if he needs to be going to the hospital right now. So how about I go and talk to the nurse? Now Dr. Lowry's probably not going to come in here and evaluate the patient right now. And the reason being is just that if he's acutely ill, then he needs to be seen in an emergency department. Okay, so that's not saying that he wouldn't come in, but if there's an acute issue.
So he's refused to come in.
No, ma'am, that's not what I said.
Then you get
I'm
him
sorry
in
you heard
here.
that, but that's not what I
Then
said.
get him in here. I want him to tell me why he has let my husband deteriorate to such a point. 24 days he's been in here.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had a decent meal. Nobody has done anything to fix him any food. He's had thrush so badly, but nobody treated the thrush. we had to insist that he get the
Hey, Julia.
medication.
Christy's coming, the nurse practitioner.
Oh, good.
I thought we got another medical person in here that might help.
Okay. I'm not sure if she's updated on this. Most of these notes have come from Pamela,
Right, she
but
said as long as she's got the chart here, she'll look through it.
she'll be able to look through it.
Yeah.
I have multiple notes here where he's been seen throughout the time. I mean, they've
Seen
been,
by whom? Not the doctor.
well, I have
He
notes
came
from Dr.
in with
Lowry.
pneumonia.
Correct.
He came in with one load, he is leaving with two. Couldn't somebody have seen that the man was getting sicker? Couldn't they see that he started out on just a little bit of oxygen and now he's up to 8? What kind of care is this? And it's duly noted that we have asked for Dr. Lowry and he has refused to come. So,
Well, it's
Ma'am,
not that
he's not refused.
He's not aware that you're asking.
He's-
He's not
Then
aware.
find out. Do it.
I'm not gonna call him, his nurse practitioner's coming, she's down here.
That's not what
Yeah.
she's
Just
told
relax a
for.
minute.
Ma'am, if we need to get this settled, but if we can't, we may have to end the meeting and then try to figure out what else to do. Because, I mean, we're trying our best here to try to answer your questions, but we are gonna get the nurse practitioner in for her to look through the chart. And, we'll just try to take it from there.
There's nothing that Dr. Lowry can do for Dad here today.
And she'd lied that he's filled in
Well,
those things
what's
and
important
said
is
that he
that-
took care of.
What's important is that we get Dad taken care of. I think he probably needs to go to the hospital.
Well, I was gonna say, if you all do not feel comfortable with us and you don't want him to be anymore, I would not take him home because he doesn't have oxygen at home. You know, it might be if you're not happy and if our nurse practitioner can't give you what we need today, one thing we know to
Would
do
like to
is
have
to send
him
him to the hospital. Now, whether they
take
would
it
admit
away.
him, I don't know, but.
Well, when he was at Methodist Medical Center, he had upper and lower right sided pneumonia. He was on IV antibiotics for several days, and then I guess he started on the 11th from there and came here and had antibiotics until the 25th of April. But I know we're getting an evaluation that was getting breathing treatments. I don't know, an albuterol, some kind of a handheld nebulizer or something or other.
He had to get that I have been there while he did
But
that.
all the time his oxygen was increasing. He was on 2 liters for several days, and he was on 3 liters, and short of breath, and he had on his respiration in the 50s. And I'm a registered nurse. I'm not just a loving daughter. But I'm a loving daughter also. Anyway, so now the X-ray reveals that he has. Before it was in the right side, upper and lower. Now it's upper and lower left and upper right. So something has shifted, and this didn't get better. But I don't think he was going to be really evaluated until we started talking about getting a pulmonary consult. I feel like he was just going down the tubes, and nobody was really doing anything. I came here last Friday and talked to you. You were very helpful, and that was on the 10th. That's when we set up the meeting today. I was concerned about his weight loss. He came in at 198. He was down to 161. I don't know what his weight is most recently.
Well, they say he
I
had a
realize he
lot
had
of fluid.
edema. I know, but he was about 180 something pounds before he broke his hip. And so that was kind of the baseline. So he's still 20 pounds below. I'm glad he's rid of the edema. But, you know, and I asked for a pulmonary consult last Friday, and could we do something to stimulate his appetite? He just doesn't feel like it. Nothing tastes well, and he was getting weaker.
Well, and I did bring that up yesterday, because we had a big team meeting on Tuesdays, and Dr. Lowry's on that, and I did say that you all, you know, were interested in helping to get him into a pulmonologist, and so then he said that they would take a look at it and review it to see if that's what he needs.
But if I hadn't been proactive, and I made the
So
appointment
did you
yesterday morning
make
at
it? Okay.
8:31 when the office opened.
Okay.
I called and made the
And
appointment
they
with Dr. DeMaio, and it's for tomorrow at 1:30. But he doesn't see patients in any of the Knoxville hospitals. I just called, and he only admits to Methodist Medical Center, which they live in Oak Ridge anyway. I live here in Knoxville. But obviously,
Is that
he needs
no
more-
bridge? Yes, the DeMayo.
Dr. DeMaio, he needs more aggressive treatment the heck with the physical therapy.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
If
that's
you can't
on,
breathe, it doesn't matter.
now
if
you gotta
can
work
walk.
through the other stuff.
And then there was the little episode
It's just getting
him-
better right now.
Well, no, there was a little episode of this weak, sick man toted over to the doctor's office on a non-existent appointment.
Yeah, that was the situation last week with
Right.
Dr. Khan.
Yeah, it was down in the appointment book, and actually I called, and, cause he was, Mr. Roan was telling me it was at 9:45. So when I called, they said it was at 10:15, so I just took it from there, and then I found out he really didn't have that. So I don't know what was going on there.
No, it was for the 20th, not for the 10th.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I said I need to start taking people's names while I verify appointments, because that's what I have to call and verify those for our drivers. And of course, I didn't take a name, but I was like, I'll have to, because now I start second guessing myself, you know. Well, I don't know. Christine's coming.
I realize my father's 9 years old, but in January, he had extensive workups to have an aortic valve replaced at Emory University. He was very well then, or they would have done the surgery as well as you can be for someone of his age. I mean, he was a candidate. His lab work was perfect.
And we were walking quarter mile a day.
Yeah, he was, and he was on room air. He's never been on oxygen at home. And,
Well, why don't we just go ahead and make some arrangements to get Daddy
well,
transported
let's
today
continue.
and get
Me
him out
and
of
my
here,
colleague,
'cause
who's on top of pulmonology at making us. Well, I was in the emergency room for 8 hours.
Let's just get him to his appointment tomorrow and,
I don't think you want to wait till tomorrow. 8
Okay.
liters of oxygen is an awful
if he
lot.
has another incident like he did today, he'll die, and they'll not know why. Won't be anybody there to find out.
We always think about.
It makes sense.
We just called Dr. Larry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, I don't see the
Somebody's
point
on
in
call
going
right
through
now
all
for
this.
pulmonology.
Something happened right now, we're in a meeting, that would look pretty bad.
Dr. DeMayo, does it change at 6
Leave
o'clock or
half of
something?
it, baby.
Huh.
It's not gonna be up to half
Until
of
it's
it.
come on,
I
that's-
know,
thank you.
and your daughter's a good nurse, and I just hope that
She's on call,
she treat her
so he
patients
goes to
like
the
she's,
hospital.
you know, vouching for your father, that's a good
So
nurse.
this pulmonologist
For your
is
Some
husband.
on
wonderful
call.
Just
representation.
think of this day, and, yeah.
Well, let's just
So
go and
let's
see
just
them.
do that. All right, let's just do that. Just, Ron, let's just go ahead and set up a transport over to Methodist. I think that would make you feel a lot better too.
Are
And,
you gonna make that phone call, Rena?
Because we can argue our frustrations.
yeah,
Right.
we could be on a hamster wheel for the next hour in here.
Yeah,
I
you
would-
go ahead and call. And transport. And have you to call her for it.
Hey, this is Leanne. What is over with? Dr. DeMayo's on call at Methodist Medical Center, so we're gonna do it.
No one was gonna